This example. It shows a well-designed real estate for a specific function. You see at the top floor there is this children gaming area. Then you have restaurant and coffee shops. This shows a real estate that was designed for a specific function. Let me give you the example of Dubai. Many global companies wanted to find a headquarter in the Middle East, and they wanted to live in a high-quality city. So they came to the Middle East, and the government of Dubai built a high-quality city, and many global companies opened a branch in the Middle East and invested in real estate, and they have access to the Middle East market. This model cannot be replicated again easily because having a presence in the Middle East has already been done. I think what we are trying to do is to encourage real estate owners to invest with having a metal stand in their mind, trying to build these metal stand companies that consist of 30 to 50 employees or 100 to 200 employees, focus on a specific niche product and export to so many countries. This way of looking at investment in real estate will help to occupy the vacancies that exist in so many cities in the world. People invest in a real estate because it's a safe option. So because they don't have an alternative investment and they can use it in various ways. So this is why you have an oversupply. You have many empty flats in London, in China, sometimes in Germany, and this leads to some level of wealth inequality. So the co-creation movement role is to try to coordinate the work between real estate owners, the co-creation movement teams, and encourage them to build real estate, encourage them to build metal stand companies. So let me tell you about some German examples. What you see here is Lycochem. Lycochem real estate requirements was only a 2 to 3 floor building. This is all the real estate requirements they needed to manufacture construction chemicals and export it to more than 40 markets. Another example is Jordal. Jordal is a German company that was selling construction components for. So Jordal was an example of a metal stand company that had a small building and is selling in more than 40 countries. An example that I know from Jordan is Mawdu'. Mawdu', they had this building near the 7th floor, and they built a company that is focusing on Arabic content and software, and where they were selling it for people all around the world. So, what is the co-creation movement role? The co-creation movement role to try to build teams, virtual families, give them specialization and a niche focus, and encourage them to work with real estate developers to build metal stand companies, so the company looks a professional company, a company with a building, with a digital products, or with a proper solution. And we have already made so many solutions that can be replicated in so many places. The happiness is one of them, a center for happiness, a regional center for happiness, a regional center for disability, a social venture that is focusing on the quality of education, a social venture that is focusing on enhancing industry, innovation, and infrastructure, video, audio performance, and this enhancing the audio-visual experiences, a regional center for them, and much more. So the co-creation movement role is to encourage people to build niche companies and become like Mittelstand. It's a mindset. So the co-creation movement have the mindset and encourage people to have the mindset to invest in real estate with a Mittelstand in mind. And it helps in connecting real estate owners with teams with great ideas. See you in the next episode. This is a theoretical city in Shafa Badran, and this city is where are going to bring concepts from the co-creation movement, concepts from digitalization, and concepts from smart cities to try to show how the co-creation movement can contribute to local communities. Our global leadership is well established. You can listen to our music wherever you are. If you are in Latin America, if you are in Europe, if you are in Asia. But the question is, what does our leadership bring to local communities? You want to think, what does the co-creation movement bring to local communities? We have a very big program called the Families Transformation Program. This program, where we say that Jordanian and Palestinian families, we would like to transform them to German and Swiss families within a 10 years time. This concept that is about bringing mentalities such as the Mittelstand mentality. It's about how we think. It's about a culture of bringing new concepts and thinking about new concepts. So this leads me to talk about planning. When we talk about real estate planning or thinking about planning in any city, we think about the Chinese model, the American model, and the European model. The American model is about the government put the plans and the policies, and the private sector lead in terms of deploying capital and developing certain sector. This means that you need to think carefully about concepts such as fragmentation and capital utilization. You see, in many areas where capital is fragmented and is led by the private sector, you see there is a lot of creativity, but sometimes there is lack of organization and utility for real estate projects. In the Chinese case, you see how the government and the private sector are aligning capital deployment on a very efficient scale. This means they are able to align every penny to the strategic goal of developing a high tech sector or developing a certain area. The Europeans is about regulation and is about ensuring that there is sustainability in the planning and there is labor rights. So